Hello and welcome to some more Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Trismegistus, and as is traditional, I'm having green screen problems. Damn you, sunshine. At some point, randomly throughout the stream, I'm sure it'll come into the right exposure level and it'll disappear and then it'll come back, and as with all the other streams, I'll be plunged into darkness, apparently, because the camera doesn't adjust its focus. Exposure. But I'm hoping to get a lot of that sorted over the next few months. Get some, well, let's call them upgrades, but some kit that isn't atrocious. So, everything seems to be working. It's a little loud in my ears, but seems to be okay on the stream, so I'll just tweak that down. But yeah, we are good to go. I am back where we started, or rather where we ended the last stream. However, I have been busy. On this planet, I've added in some extra turbines to give us a little bit of extra power boost and put in my, part of my holy hand grenade. I didn't do it across the equator. And I also did these, so I've popped in the sort of standard thing that I usually do on most planets. It's not quite as it would be, as because I've not got the power stuff. But we are bringing in resources with these. I had a couple of... where were they? Here, I think. A couple of these bringing stuff in, and I've just, expanded it, really. What I did do, as evidenced by this, I don't know that I really need quite that many, do I? In fact, do I even need that many? You don't hardly use them at all. Let's make it a multiple of... In fact, let's put it on 3,000. Yes, so we are now bringing in... I think we weren't bringing in prisms because I wasn't making them off planet. Maybe we were, but we definitely weren't making the plasma exciters, so we're now bringing them in. And I also set up... Here it is. Oh, I was going to put in... Oh, I didn't do that. I was going to put wind turbines on the planets that's also making the solar panels, but I forgot because I'm an idiot. Yes, so we're now bringing them in. I mean, we were always making them in a planetary thing, but we're now bringing them in here, and we're also bringing the foundations in properly. But yeah, so we've got lots of resources coming in from other planets. They're not massive production on those planets. I did also, I think I put in one extra copper. Yeah, so I mined this copper that was next to our sort of landing station, and we're now sticking it in there. I don't know that there's really any demand for anything. I had actually paused the science so we could restart that. But yeah, what we really need to do today, because we have an opportunity here, is to set up green cubes. And what we can do... we are going to sort the sulfur out, sulfuric acid rather, out first. Just because that's quite heavily needed. But what we can do here... I might need to just jink this around a little bit. So get rid of that. Oops. Get rid of that. And then, oops. Bring that across there. So that we can... Yeah. Because if we bring green cubes in here... In fact, let's set the green cubes. Oh, I can't even set it. So we'll put the belt down. Because I haven't done the research. This was the other thing. In fact, I probably need to rework all that research, don't I? Because we want to get to green cubes. And we will want it to chug through. Let's just get rid of all of that. We want to get green cubes. And to do that, I think we need that one. That one. And that one. Yeah. But we also need to restore that inserter. In fact, level that up. And have we got any room? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is basically, we'll bring the green cubes in here. But we need to do the researches. So while we're doing that, we can have a go at sorting that sulfuric acid. I didn't do too much more on this planet. I seem to recall fiddling about with some of these oil builds, wherever the heck they are. If I can find them, that's not them. Not that one. Is it this one? No, not that one. Where's the power one? See, pins in the map. This is the power one. Here we go. So I did a little bit of editing around here, and basically had this draw. No, it's not that one, is it? Or is it? Yes. So it's pulling in the hydrogen. Basically, it wasn't before. I've obviously set these to try and prioritize them, but because we're not really, it's making them, but it's only sort of burning them. We're not sort of massively drawing on power at the moment. And also, I did boost it up a little bit. Can I click on that? Yeah, you see, we're only at half sort of power really, so that's sort of why it's not really doing a great deal. But yes, we need to make sulfuric acid. And to do that we need stone, water and refined oil. I don't know how much sulfuric acid we want to make, but if we set up this stone patch just for now, I'm slightly nervous that it's going to be poor performance. Let's have a quick check now that it's been running for a little bit. It's not doing too badly, is it? We've got a lot of drones flying about now, you see. And the game, this is why it's CPU limited, because it has to keep track of all that, even if it's not showing them graphically. It's keeping track of all those drones flying around, which is the other sort of big thing I did, if you can call it a thing, is basically leave the game running so that a lot of the the storage is filled up, because that's when it's at the most biggest demand basically. So can I squeeze that in nicely there? That's probably a better one, but we're not then doing that patch, are we? There we go. If I take that, oops, no, okay, take that around there, and I can probably, if we do it that way, I can rotate it like that, so that we at least get all of the patches covered. Okay, and we'll put the belt on. I mean, there's so much stone, around and about on the planets. What do I actually want to do with that? I mean, I want to put it onto a single lane, really, don't I? So if we leave that for now. But what I need to work out is how many sulfuric acids would fill a belt. So it takes 6 seconds to make 4. Complicated math. So if we had 6 machines, we would only get 4 a second, and the yellow belt holds 6. So, whoops, missed it. There we go. So 6. So we need half as many again, which is 9 machines, 9 chemical labs. If I put this up here, sort of on this side of the thing, can I also get it through this gap? Potentially. If we ended up with a lab there, so that wouldn't fit. I don't think there's going to be enough room if I'm having to go across, but what I could do is deliberately put it in a place where the belts are a bit easier to work around. So I prefer just to keep the thing there. So if I say put it there along that line, I can't remember how many decided I needed. Because 6 made us 4, doesn't it? And that's not 6, that's 5. So that's 2, 4, 6. So we want 3 more than that. I just put that there. No. Don't like that. So let's put the next one there. I want 3 more. Okay. We also want to put one of these in somewhere. Probably best down the end. Oh, I don't know if I don't know if this was on the stream or not, but there's this now. I think it was, wasn't it? But this is now going. But this is the other use for hydrogen. It's bringing it in somewhere. You see, that's demanding it as well. So we've got loads of usage of hydrogen now, and because we're not, we're only really using the deuterium for fuel, and it's just stacked up at 5,000. So we're not short of that. We've got a couple of them going, so we can add a couple more of them in if we decide we want to start burning it. So, if this is the output, then if we just take it around this, so we want that to go in a what should we call it? Planetary station. Excuse me. Planetary station. And we want, if we need to, we want the outputs available. Okay. So that'll be the input. So if this is sulfuric acid, then we want water, stone, and refined oil. I think I'm going to pull refined oil in like that, because there is quite a lot of it sat about, but we'll have a little production using one of these to make more refined oil, because and we'll just feed it in, because although it's sat there, it's mostly just because it's sat there, so it's not really it's not actually available as such. It's just because it's been building up for ages, but we'll have to see how much it do I want that on that side? It's probably easiest if it is. And that one through there. And then we'll have the oil coming out of here. Again, going around the turbine. Going up to there. Now, have I accidentally chopped off the power? A bit weird, the chemical plants in there. No, I think we're okay. I just put one in every one, because we're going to have so many inskirters. So I shall make sure it's fully covered. So if you're sulfuric acid, you're going to draw it from there, there, there. I'm sure those will need upgrading, but let's just leave it at that for now. Drag that across. And drag that across. So yeah, so I say we need these to all be done, and then we need to make the things, because for the green cubes, they're made from the lenses and the quantum chips basically, and quantum chips use these wave function doobry-doobries, and those need Casimir crystals, which we've done. So, and we've not made any of them, so we've got quite a lot of build to get to the gravity matrix. But now that we've got pretty good supplies of landfill, we'll probably go over, and because there's an entire chunk of this planet here that's basically just water, so this and this, so we'll landfill a lot of this and sort of build over there basically. But yes, sulfuric acid is our primary concern just at the moment, so I think I need to upgrade some of these belts as well, because I think it takes more than... Is that right? Yeah, because it needs 8, you see. 8 stone. And obviously one yellow belt won't supply 8 stone to however many machines we've got, so we probably need to do a bit. In fact, the oil will need to be higher level as well, won't it? The water as well, I think. Yeah, so really I need to get crafting lots of intermediate level belt, I think. And I might need to go and grab some more, but we shall see. But yeah, obviously we'll just build it with the yellow for now. So if we bring this stone up, we can cheat this one slightly in that. Oops. Not by misconnecting the belts. In that we could bring it up as 2 yellow belts, and then combine them. You know, I don't like the look of that. You know, closer to this here. Pop that out there. Across to there. I was looking at what's on at WASD. It's not particularly well laid out on at the, because I'm going to the WASD gaming convention. I never know what to call them because it's conference sounds like I'm giving a talk. And there will be talks there, but you know I won't give it any of them, and I'm mostly going to play games. The yeah, the website's not particularly clear as to what's on, because it sort of says it's got a page saying, you know, what's on, and then you sort of click through and you're like, but the news page then also says a whole load of different games or more games, so it doesn't look like they've really updated it. But it is quite a small thing, you know, it's not like it's a PAX or something like that. So we probably want to connect to that one. So why is that not to there? I'll have the water coming up here. But say what we can do is just say take that to there, combine it there, and then just upgrade this bit. Why is that not? Is it more than 12? 12, 6. Why is that not properly? Huh. Maybe if I do it with an inserter instead. A splitter. Are you going to go in there? And then on that. That's better. Huh. Wonder why that's different. Interesting. Right, so they've got, well, let's upgrade this as well. And then this is where I struggle with the maths over the water. So, we need half as much again per second. So we need 6 per second. No, we don't. We need 1 a second. Because we've got... So I'm making half as much. So I'm making, 6 a second, basically. So... No, I'm not. I'm making 1 a second. A belt a second, rather. So it's 1.5 lots of that. So every 6 seconds, I need 6 water. So every second, I need 1 water. Now, I can never remember how much your pump puts out. I'm not sure it isn't exactly that, but that seems way too low. Gathering speed 65 a minute is 1 a second. Oh, of course, I've used up all of our stuff. But now I've got international, interplanetaries, exploration, thingamajiggalls. You know the things. So let's grab a bit of that. And then, what else do we need? If we're making them... Yeah, that's fine apparently. I must have messed that maths up because we need way more than just the one. So, every second... So we're doing 1.5 times that. So... No, we're not. We're doing... We'd have to fill a belt, aren't we? So we're doing 1.5 times that. As in, every second we need 1.5 times that. So it is 6. Oh, I don't know. We'll just stick a load on, as is usual, my usual strategy when I've confused myself with the maths. We'll just build a load when it's done, anyway. You need, every second, you need 1/6 of that. Yeah, I think it is just 1 water per second. Right, the other thing we could do is get the plasma, you know, the oil jobbies. And I definitely remember where they are. This way. Okay. Definitely remembered that. I didn't have to search for it. Where are we? So, what am I actually looking for? Oh, the oil stuff. Let's grab one of them. And I don't imagine I've got any refineries. Let's just grab those. We might as well just sort of top this off. Because now I've got a bunch of those spare. I'm still carrying 8 proper cubes around for some reason. So why is this not running? Because it's not getting red. And why are you not producing red? Because you're not getting hydrogen or carbon. The hydrogen is not actually flowing through here. Because, here you go, you see. The oil's all stuck. The oil's all stuck. Yeah, so that'll give us a use for the oil, I guess. It's the good news. Is it this way? No, definitely not this way. No. There we go. Have we made me some water things? Yes. So, let's just experimenting with it. Just put one down then. Connect that up. And we need a bit of power. Oh. Sometimes it doesn't register the clicks straight away, and I don't know why. Let's just pop one of them in. Yeah, that's not making 1 a minute anyway. 1 a second anyway. Oh, of course, this only produces 1 a second. So I do need 6. Because maths. Is that only 5? Oh, I suppose, are they, not going to be enough, is it? Oh, damn you. Right, let's give that another go. Aha, so that's that one. Come on. So sometimes it doesn't really register the clicks. Right. So, if I put another one in here. Lack of item. Did I only build 5? That was silly. Okay. Nice. And pop another power pole in. Okay. Okay. So they should have everything now. So we'll see what happens. Okay. So it looks like these are probably not fast enough, as suspected. Have I got many? Level 2s. Not very many. So let's build a bunch of them. So it's still not getting quite enough oil. I think upgrade that again. I can't remember whether it does the upgrades. Oh, it does. Okay. So do I need to go to level 3 belt for the oil? I guess the other question is whether it's actually getting... Oh, it's getting loads in, isn't it? And I didn't put any bots in. Yeah, the oil is chugging through, okay. What about the stone? This one doesn't have a thing set, so it's not going anywhere. I have to let all that clear in, I think. Okay, so in the meantime, let's just set up a quick oil thing, quick and dirty. So, oh no, we're going to have to do maths again. If I put these, say, let's offset them a little bit, but so if it was there, will you come out of there? Yeah. So, if I... Because really I want to use that again, don't I? Because otherwise I'm going to get a load of hydrogen, but having a load of hydrogen might not be a bad thing. As like an offshoot. So that gives me... What does that recipe give me? That gives me... Oh. So that gives me half an oil a second. Is that right? So that gives me 2... every 4 seconds, it's half an oil a second. So 2 machines. So we need a little bit of a gap. Will you work there? It's probably too close, isn't it? No? Okay. Not that it can go there, but... I don't, it's one of my the things I don't quite get with this game is sometimes it'll give it the old, you know, too close, and then other times you can put it right up close like that, and it's just, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Right, so that's 1 a second. So that would be 2 a second. I mean, I'm not intending to produce enough because I would need like 9 a second or something. No, I'd need 1.5 a second. Because you need 1 a second, and I'm doing, yeah, so I'd need 1.5 a second. And what are you making? Because you're making 1, so it's only 3 machines. But they're demanding, so they need half an oil a second. So 4 of them would need 2 a second. So this would supply them no problem, wouldn't it? Okay, let's do that then. And then we've got the option to output here as well. Ow. Lots of kinky belts. So one of them going in there, and then the other output going in here, which would be the hydrogen. So we need hydrogen. We can put that as a supply. Hopefully they'll take it away, maybe. Fingers crossed. Now, are you gonna... So, if we have the one of them going that way, one of them going that way, like that. Like that. I just need to decide. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter, but okay, in case of a backing up situation, let's go with oil on that one. So that's there, and there, and there, and then hydrogen. I'm probably accidentally feeding these into the machine. Hydrogen and hydrogen. And then we want the oil coming in here. Okay. Let's use one of these to power, or help with the power. And then, because these are way too long, aren't they? Oh, that one wasn't. Okay. So I can sneak a power pole or several in there. Now, are you only going to make anything, or are you attempting to feed things into machines? looks like it's all working. So over this is the excess oil going into a thingy. It is, isn't it? So we are getting rid of it. So why was it all backed up then? Because it's still not getting enough hydrogen in. Because that's blocked up. Don't know, maybe I just need to boost the belt speed, maybe. Okay. Supply. Just chug away, please. Cool, well that all seems to be working. Right, so let's go and see if we can't boost the belt. I don't know how much. 154, okay. So it might be okay. So, basically that one. Well, I've still got some left, so hopefully that's gone all the way. I don't know if there is a limit to that. Oh, it looks like there is. Huh. Okay. And then we can have the sulfuric... Oh, there's a sulfuric acid demand coming in. So we can have it going out there. That will block those from making anything though. But, yeah. I guess the oil is now flowing over to the other place via bot. So, same net difference really. But I could boost the speed of that as well. But yeah, I mean this isn't actually now being used, which is interesting. Why is that not going anywhere? I guess because it was feeding graphite or graphene, whichever this is, and that's not getting carbon. Okay. Why not? Oh, okay, because this is a rubbish amount of production. So that should be upgraded as well. And that might not have done all of it, so let's just make some more. Oh. Oh, the one bit it's not done is the one bit we really want. Okay. Let us downgrade the end part. Oops. Because we wanted to do that bit really. Do with this being upgraded, but I don't think I've got enough. Oh no, I have. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. So that should increase the amount of carbon, or whatever it calls it, graphite rods or whatever, going that way. Oh, you're demanding hydrogen as well, are you? Okay. It's got lots and lots of uses for hydrogen, so really we should start exploiting the gas giant. yeah, we're nearly done with the green cubs. The green cubs. But that's all running at max rate. Why are you not? Oh no, it isn't. Oh, it's full. Okay. So that says it's not getting yellow. Oh. Why is yellow not running? Yellow's not running because we're not getting the whatever those are, organic things. We're not getting them due to sheer low production volume. Okay. So we do that for starters. But I don't think that's... wasn't that half the amount that I needed anyway? Because I'm making 2 of those per second, I think. So I would need 2 of these per second. I take 4 seconds each, so we'd need 8 machines doing that, and I've got 2, 4, 6. Okay. Well, that's not a big extension. Oh, why are you putting them so close? I need 2 more. What was it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. One after that. Okay. So hopefully that's closer to what it needs. I'm sure this will run out. Yeah, organic crystals. The old orgasmic crystals. And that's not even getting what it needs. Is that a inserter speed problem? No. There we go. Green is done. So let's queue up some upgrades. We were working on one, I think, weren't we? Have we got one that's... So that looks like that was started. And that was started. So I'll put that on first. Oh, and that was started at some point as well. But yeah, we want... Oh, we can't because it's green. Green cubes on that one as well. Drive engine maybe? No. What can we do? I mean, we could put research speed on, I guess. Just to have it chug away. Yeah, let's boost the vanes. Let's just leave them going. But yeah, so that's going to be a weak point now, because that's not really very much production at all. Because they're very slow. But it's exactly the type of one that I would want to be mining and bringing in. Okay, so let's go and top up. I've got quite a lot of landfill already, but we'll need loads. So what do we need here? We need... I guess I could have some of them. I don't know how much of that I've got already. Some of those. Some of those. Some of those. Stack of them. Double stack of them. Guess I could have some glass and stuff if I haven't already got any. No, I've got loads of that. What about steel? Yeah, loads of steel. We need loads of labs, don't we? If that's what we're going to make. Because they take 24... Well, you get 24 but 2, so it's 12 seconds to make one. Or we would need 12 seconds to make 12 labs to make one a second. And we actually want, you know, double that plus some in order to turn them into warpers. So we would need... So if it was 12, 21, so we need 24 and then some more. So, you know, 26 or something, but we'll take 30. That's fine. I will top up on labs as well. Should I take refineries? Yeah, let's just grab a couple of these just in case. I think I'm going to make sure I've got miners, but we should just be bringing stuff in. Obviously smelters, but maybe not. Is this running at 6 frames a second again? It is, isn't it? Oh dear. What does Streamlabs say? Yeah. Oops. Oh, it's been doing it for ages, isn't it? Okay. Well, I'll get these first. Oops. But I think I'm going to have to turn the settings down again. So a big part of it is because, you know, there's like 1 million bots flying around now. In fact, we had an achievement pop that was, you know, loads of drones, basically. Okay, so, what can I turn down? I've got most things turned off already. We could turn off SSAO. Which it's mostly all switched off. We'll turn off the clouds then. That's pretty much what I can do. I could drop the render resolution. Is that any better? Oh, it seems a bit better. And the cloud, basically, we've gone cloudless sky. They really need to do this optimization they were talking about. How about if we fly? That's usually fairly taxing. No, it seems okay. I mean, the other solution is that I'm going to be upgrading, so, you know, hopefully we'll have a bit of a beefier machine. I'm actually thinking of using this rig here as a sort of a oh, what we could do, because these higher level things, it's like almost mandatory to proliferate them, really. Oh, and the other thing I could grab, I don't need that, do I? Is wrong end landfill. So let's just grab another load of that. In fact, let's take even more, and they'll bring what's been stocked up over to us. Right. Lost track of where I am. Okay. So, yeah, I think we're roughly equatorial. Yeah, so this is the equator. Okay. So we're going to work backwards, basically. So we need to make green cubes, and then we need to make the bits that make green cubes. So we'll kind of just build it up that way. I'll say this whole, like half the planet is, you know, basically barren, so we've got plenty of space to build, so long as we don't run out of landfill. I'm just randomly... I'm sure there's an optimal way of doing this, but... Okay. So, let us put... In fact, I want to make sure I can put turbines in. Oh, the one bit of land I've not landfilled is where I'm probably going to put the... What should we call it? Okay. So if you're making green cubes, then you probably also want a machine somewhere making warpers. So we want to do that. Now, I can't remember how many I said, but it's a lot. Let's just plop it down. So if you're making green cubes, you've got two things coming in, quantum chips and lenses. Okay, and then one going out. And how many do you actually need? You need one of each to make 2 cubes, so not that demanding. If I'm trying to make 12 a second... No, I'm not. I'm trying to make 2 a second, aren't I? Let's just ignore that. Let's just do 12. Because that's a bonkers amount of quantum chips, especially for where we are with power and stuff. So if we're trying to make 1 a second, because we get 2 per craft, we would need 12 labs. But we do want a bit more to make warpers. So 16 maybe? Yeah, okay. Let's say we want to proliferate all of these. So we need a bit of room. I think that should be okay, but we'll check. I'm not going to proliferate the science. I can't remember what the benefit of that is, but it's effectively we would want these and silly thing. Oh, bugger. We want those and what? Quantum chips. We set that to 1,000. Then we need 500 of them. 500 of them. We'll just put this on, say, 200. Let's put it on 300. And then we want drones. Where are you? There we go. So this wants to be lenses, and that is no. Messed that right up, haven't I? Lenses. Like that. So if we're doing, say, 16. Why don't we do? Well, if we do 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 12, and then. Well, we'll just do 2 actually. That'll do us. So output, input, input, output, input, input, output, input, input. And now we discover we've not left enough room for the power poles. So we'll put them there. And I hope that covers it. It does. So green, green, green. And then we've not got warp juice, have we? Okay. So let's get rid of that. We'll have to have a second one of them. Okay. So, how close can we put it? Can put it there. Let's just drop it in temporarily here. Because this is like one of the best building zones, because the lines, you know, the latitude lines and stuff, you know, consistent for the biggest distance. So you get, you know, you have to worry about some of the issues you do in other places. Cool. Cool. So, if instead this is the warpers, then we could bring in proliferation juice here. That makes sense. And then, because how much does this produce? It's quite efficient, this recipe. 1 produces 10, you see. No, sorry, 1 produces 8 every 10, but it takes 10 seconds. So we could literally just have a machine, or maybe 2, just sort of tucked around the back. Will that work? Might not have enough room. Yeah, so that's the input. That's the cubes coming out, say. Do that one. And then we want that one, that one. Oh, well, do that one. Cool. So the lenses will go in there. And we're going to proliferate. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so what you can then do, when you've got a nice, hopefully a nice row of them, is use one of these to lift it up. Oh, control 10 or more construction downs. Cool. So this would be the proliferation juice, and then it just goes straight in there. And I can have it go straight across into all the others. Okay. Now, what's next? So, we obviously need to make the lenses. We'll come back to them. Quantum chips. We need to bring in the CPUs, which we are making, but I don't know about the volume. We'll leave that for a second, but we have got them. But we then need to make the planar, what should we call it? Plane filters, which is the titanium glass and Casimir crystals. So it's quite a big chain. But we will just build it up as we go. So, we want to make quantum chips, which requires CPUs and plane filters. Okay. Again, we'll put it on, I don't know, 600 or something. But yes, how many do we need? So our green cube recipe is like half, basically. So if we've got 16 machines, because that's so rather than 1 a second, we only need half a second, but we need slightly more. So that's half a second we would need. So it would be 3 machines, but if we just put in 6, and we'll see how we go. Yeah, okay, let's put in 6 and see how we go. And I might as well line these up. Ish, anyway. Like that. And we can have the return on that side because they're quite slow from memory. Yeah, 6 seconds. So we want less distance for them. Your CPUs, your planar filters. You want your output there. Input. I see. Oh. Not put enough belt down, have I? There. So I think I said 6, 2, 4, 6. A bit of a space for a power pole. Nice. I put it there. Is that powered? Yeah. I think I'm just going to proliferate everywhere because obviously you can proliferate output everywhere. I'm just going to proliferate when they, when they're being about to be used, basically. So I won't proliferate them into a machine, only out of. I mean, it doesn't double do them if they're already, proliferated. It just sort of ignores it effectively. But yeah, so recipe-wise, this is like 2 to 1. So I've set that for 300. So we probably want like 600 if we can. I doubt we can, but we shall see. Oh, we have got more stocked up. Okay. Okay. But yeah, plane filters next. Do I build them over there? Because I think these are titanium glass. Right, so each one of these requires 2. So in theory I would need 2 per second. And I take 12 seconds each, so it gets bonkers. So it'd be like 24 machines, which is just nuts. Is that right? So, got 6 machines, you're trying to suck up 12. I mean, the belts aren't the right levels either, are they? But 12 per second. Yeah, so plane filters is 24 machines, which is nuts. Okay. But what we can do is start using some of the other side. If I put, say, this here, how far apart I put them? So that's on that line, that's halfway, so it would be there. And we can literally have the exact same production over there, maybe going the other way, but we'll see. So although it's 12 machines, it's only using, because it's so slow. So it's 24 machines, because it's so slow. It's like 2 a second and 4 a second of the material. So yellow belt is still going to be fine. It's just the space that's the issue. But what we could do, so it come down the middle. I'll see how far we can get. Oh, didn't set any of the recipes. So this would be plane filters, which require Casimirs and titanium glass. I might just belt them over actually, but yeah, we shall see. It's 300. It requires 1 of them and 2 of them, so we put that to 300 and 600. So these would be I mean, there aren't any, but for when it's ready. But yeah, I can direct feed across, you see. I do need to remember to proliferate if I'm doing that though. Which means having, could do with building some splitters actually. And it would be, which one? That one maybe? No? So if it's the upper one, yeah, we'll just do that. So this would be to there, and then the bottom one needs to go up to here. Cool. Oh, I didn't demand it, did I? So let's just put it at 300. So these need to be demand, supply, and I'll leave that one for the time being. Yeah. But yes, we want Casimir's there. And titanium. And let's line that up again. With double siding, I think, is how we'll try and get around the space issue. You see that? 6. And we need 12 per side in theory. If I was to try and do that. Well, it's not too far over. Okay, let's landfill rather than build on the other side then. So that's that. Obviously I'm ignoring the fact that these aren't, you know, the right what shall we call it? No. Machine levels to do what we're trying to do, but we can come back to that. I'm also ignoring proliferation, you know, because I find the math's complicated enough, let alone without adding all that in. Right, so this one, is this going to work? Because you need to grab, I think I need to offset them, don't I? Bum. I do. Right, let's do that again then. So, because that needs to pull in, out, in. So, the next machine needs to be 1 over, or we can't duplicate that configuration. Okay. Are we going to get power problems? Nothing's complaining about being unpowered, so oops. And that. Get some proliferation on the go. And there this time. Now. Cool. So next we need Casimir's, which is just bonkers. I mean, we've got all the ingredients, but you know, we're not. I mean, hydrogen should be okay, but graphene and I mean the whatchamacallit, titanium crystals, we're not even sticking in a planetary whatchamacallit, I don't think. So there's that, but then there's also the titanium glass, which that should be easier. How much do we need though? Because we've got 24, so we would need 4 a second of the titanium glass. So that would be 10 machines. So that's much more manageable, isn't it? So let's build that on this side here. I need to be careful with this because I need water, so I don't want to suck it all up. Suck it all up, but fill it all in. Speaking of which, I better make some more pumps. So we know that's a belt's worth, or slightly more than. So we've got 10 machines, then it's 5 a second, so we're producing 2 crafts per second, so we would need 4. Okay, so enough to fill a belt would be fine. Let's put another one of these in, but if we take it this way a bit, it gives us a bit more working room for belts to move around. And we're going to make titanium glass, and we're using water locally, so we should be able to just bring in glass and titanium. We might have to bring in proliferation for this side there. Yeah, I think if we put proliferation in here as well. Where's that? There it is. Is it 300 I put on here? Yeah. And then again, if we set that, I'm using 300 because the carry capacity of the drones tends to work out as some multiple of 3. But if we put that as 600 because of its relative ratios, then we would need 6 and 6 of everything. Okay, I think we might just pop them on demand. I'm sure we've got those in stock. And we need to put these pumps on. That's annoying. Can I put 6 in a row somewhere? No. Okay, we'll go there. So let's put it like that. Will you let me put a power pole in there? No, of course you won't. Of course you won't. Oh. Doesn't do the... Okay, let's just put it there then. That's weird. Don't know why it did that, but it did. Okay. Hopefully, because these are nice and lined up, that'll be okay. And I can't remember how many machines we wanted. We want double that, don't we? So we want 4 per second and 5. So we need 10. Are they made in assemblers? They are. Okay. So we need 10. I want the water going down the outside. Just make things a bit easier. So if we have a little gap for proliferation, then we can have 3. Is that what I want to do? Because I'm thinking the water coming down this way. And then glass. What's it ratioed wise? Oh, it's just all exactly the same. Okay, so it's not going to matter. So say glass, titanium, and the output. And that means we need these. Which way around did I put them over here? Put towards the machine, okay. So that way. And then if we have a splitter again, doing that business, then we can take the proliferation out of there, feed it in, pass it across. Okay, but we need 10 of these, so let's fill this in. Okay, that's going to be quite long, isn't it? That's what she said, obviously. Like that. This will need connecting, but I'll tidy that up a little bit. I'll just leave it for now because nothing's running, so we're not getting any proliferation happening. So, what way around? If we go output, input, and input here. And then it is titanium glass. And we have power. Don't think that quite reaches, does it? No, so we need a connector. Okay. Connection line. So 3, 6, 9, 10. No. Shoot. Okay. Unique drones. Supply. Okay. And it's coming in here, so we might as well, use this space. It does mean getting a bit weird with the proliferation, but that's fine. So if we have the actual glass coming out of there, and we can proliferate it going in here, and then use this line to get in there, because we'll also have the Casimirs here. This one is unpowered. In fact, let's put it there. Make sure we get all of those proliferators. Awesome. Shall I start this one up then? Because I need this to come in. Let's bring this in as well. So let's wait to see the juice flowing. Okay, next. Ideally we want Casimir. Well, we want the others, don't we? We want Casimirs. Should I just build that and then we can worry about... Yeah, let's just build them here, you know. And I have to worry about the organic crystals and stuff later. Because we'll eat. If it, I don't even think they're going into a whatchamacallit, so even if they are, we will just eat through it. So we need 2 a second. They only take 4 seconds, but require 12 hydrogens. So, well, they also need 2 graphene, so we're going to need a high level belt for that one. So we need 8 Casimirs, okay. 8 machines making Casimirs. Can I bring everything in for them? So we would have organics, we would have graphene, we would have hydrogen. Okay. Now, I say a bit bonkers this one. So, what we'll do. Also make use of as much as we can. So, did I line that up? So that one will need to be offset. So, we'll have the Casimirs. I don't think it needs to be that long, does it? But we'll have the Casimirs coming back in, and then this will be the organic, maybe, and this will be the graphene. But we need to up that belt level. We've only got 7. Okay, let's make a few more of them then. Oh. Hello, rmonkey3000. Welcome to the stream. I know you've just asked about the charities. Cancer research. All donations are very much appreciated and welcome. I need to donate myself. I keep forgetting to. I gotta put in my PayPal details, but yeah, it's a charity that means a lot to me personally. But obviously, I think it's most people know someone who's been affected by cancer. Have I got enough belt now? Hopefully, fingers crossed. I've completely forgotten how many. It was 8, was it, or 12? 8. Let's put 8 in then. So, 4 per side, I guess. So, let's do that. And then I can see if I've messed up all the belt. Because this one... So that one needs... no. That one needs to be the input. And then that one is the output input. And then that one is the input, output, input. That might actually need to be a green because of how far it's coming. Let's have a look, see. Oh! And hello, I'm Monkey3000. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. So, this is Casimir's. That's a very cute emoji. I don't know where that one's... Is that one of your own, or...? I keep getting people... I mean, I know they do it for everyone. Offering to do emojis and stuff, but... I can't really afford it, to be honest with you. Right, so if we have... I think this actually needs to be like... blue belt, but well, give it a go with the green. No, it's lost the thing there. Why is that set on hydrogen? What's happened there? Is it the graphene that's 2? I think it is. Yeah, 1, 2, 12. So that's the graphene with the high level belt. Okay, and then we want. Debating on giving Satisfactory another try. Oh, right. Is that with the after the announcement of that they're going to Unreal 5, or you just sort of been thinking about it generally? I mean, I found this to be more. I mean, it's obviously sort of earlier access in a sense. This one. But I found this to be more... Because I'm expecting, when they go to Unreal 5... I mean, it'll be a mess, obviously, but... the performance I'm expecting to get better because of... the optimization tech that's in Unreal 5. So I'm expecting it to be a bit more performant, because I was struggling to play it. So that wants to be that one there. Oh, like a button. But yeah, I was hoping we'd have a bit more news on like bigger blueprints rather than just update 8 being a an engine upgrade. I mean, I'm sure it'll look great, and I say hopefully we'll get a bit more performance out of it. But what am I looking for? The proliferators. There we go. But yeah, I think I'd have preferred a bigger blueprint, you know, builder. No, don't cope with upwards progress. Love this game over Satisfactory. Yeah, I mean, I got a bit frustrated myself with Satisfactory. I think this is much better. I don't think it's the right word, but balanced. I don't think that's quite the right word, but you know, like the tech tree is nicely kind of. In fact, I could add that on. We've stopped doing research. Why have we stopped doing research? That's probably yellow cubes again, isn't it? But yeah, tech tree's not like overwhelming, and it's easy with the way they built it. It's a lot. I think it's a lot easier to do bigger scale. So it's not yellow cubes. Oh dear. Blue has just stopped because. Have we finally drained out the copper? I think we might have finally drained out the copper. Okay. Can I get you to feed in copper? I can. Let's nip over there then and just fix that, because that's an easy fix. The flow of the game is better. Yeah, I'd agree. So this needs, for me, because of my weird, ancient, or hybrid monster of a rig, I find it a bit difficult to run this. So apologies for any frame drops and stuff. It is struggling a bit, and we're only sort of mid-game really. But that's a me problem. I need to upgrade. And they did say in the blog post, that recent one, that they are going to do some performance fixes. So that was very pleasing to see. But yeah, I found Satisfactory. It got to a point where it was like they needed to give us more tools, was my sort of reaction to it, because you just end up having to build. And I say the blueprints is a good start, but you just ended up having to build like 1,000. Well, you either, for me, there was like two choices. I either would have to go and find 1 million slugs, and I don't enjoy collectathons in games. I know a lot of people love, like Pokemon and all that sort of stuff, but collectathons for me are just dull, and the idea of just, going around and collecting slug after slug after slug to get power shards, and all that does is transfer the problem, when you think about it, to the power side, rather than, because you then got producing an enormous amount of electricity to run them all. Or you're laying down 1,000 machines, and it just needs like level 2, miners, or well, not miners, level 2 assemblers or something along those lines. Because I get the whole thing. I mean, like every factory game where it ramps up, but their ramp up curve just goes nuts, and all you're doing is just building more. You're not building anything new or interesting. You're just doing more. And it's just me. But Satisfactory being infinite resources is strange to me. Yeah, I mean, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, it's an unusual choice, I would say. But I mean, if you think about it, that one doesn't bother me too much. I wish it did have like some sort of procedural map generation, but I'm kind of assuming that eventually the modding community, when it's final, version 1 as it were, will just build new maps for it. But yeah, I think just having the fixed nodes thing and the fixed map is a choice. And I say it all sort of feeds in my, the sort of, because I haven't actually technically finished it, because there's actually, I got to a point where it was just like, I really love that you can build, beautiful builds in a sense. You can do a lot with the aesthetics, it all takes the longest amount of time. And I say blueprints will hopefully fix some of that, but the whole modular approach to me is the wrong one. I mean, I get it, but you need to have, and it's it's this whole thing of, you know, it needs to have level 2 assemblers, level 2, you know, smelters, and because if you only option you give people is to find a million slugs and build, you know, the world's biggest power system, it's just, you know, you're just giving them another big problem to solve without giving them the tools to solve it. So why is that not making a single? Oh, because I didn't hook the water up to that. There we go. Yeah, it's you know, it's an interesting idea to have infinite resources. Okay. So it'll slowly work through the proliferation, because obviously these had filled up the belt already, but that's fine. We should finally be getting them coming out. Yep. Cool. So that's just running through. And we need to sort the numbers out here. So if we put this on, say, 300, then we would want, say, 300 of them, 600 of them, and then just all of the hydrogens. So I don't even think I'm putting them into the... I mean, nothing's happened, so I mustn't be. Okay. That's getting everything else. What are we doing here? How are you working? So obviously you're not getting Casimirs yet. Okay. Got them. Right, let's go and see where I'm making. Okay, I think it's literally just for the science. Am I working the green at the moment? Yes, sorry. So I'm working on green cubes. I'm going back. I'm doing it backwards, as it were. So I'm looking at the green cubes and then working out what I need. Because some stuff I have made. A lot of this is eventually when the game is final. I'll work out my blueprints. But some stuff I've been messing about with blueprints, and I got a bit. I have a library of blueprints, but it's all the very basic stuff. I think I took the wrong approach and tried to make a blueprint for every different recipe type, and maybe a bit more of a sort of a modular, replace it as you go, fix the recipes as you go type approach would be better. So we are making them, but I'm just not putting them in a... I'm not, am I? Okay, so we could just put them in here. And if I just set that on 500 so it doesn't go in that side. Okay. Rarely for me, science is actually running. And all the labs are actually working. Well, I mean, because that's too quick a research, but... Blimey. So it's not actually getting enough blues, that's interesting. But yeah, it's because it's quite a short time scale science, I think, isn't it? But anyway. So we've now got organic crystals somewhere in the system. Okay, we've made a Casimir. They produce a Casimir crystal. As long as you apply a weak magnetic field, you can observe a clear Casimir effect. Using this feature, you can create a device that can artificially interfere with the results of quantum transitions. What a historic moment this is. Well, indeed. And we've done a research. Green's great time. That's when you get to make Dyson Spheres. Yeah, we're not far off. I mean, I've only got sort of, what's that, quarter of the tech tree left. But yeah, I mean, some of them I could unlock already, but so I had an entire stream where I was just exploring, because we're not actually on this system. As you can see, we've only got 1 million copper. So I was partly just visiting the, because I've upgraded the neutron star since I last visited. Oh, and a quantum chip, excellent. Use a quantum chip. With it, you can interfere with the quantum transition process and greatly increase the probability of particles appearing in certain states. It's a revolutionary innovation in industrial technology development. Some of that as well. But yeah, they didn't upgrade the neutron star and put like all these effects on it. So I kind of wanted to go and explore them. But I've identified... I'm actually thinking I'm going to build my Dyson Sphere over on another planet. Another system. Just to do something different. But yeah, this one here has got lava and lots of copper. It's too far away at the moment. But okay, so... That was all the Casimirs. Don't imagine these are all working. How is this actually working, if at all? Yeah, because it's only drifting in with the titanium crystals. That'll probably be our weak point, because that's literally the only ones that I'm making. So you're quite experienced then, our monkey. Someone's telling me the other... I'm also... Why have I only put level 1 inserters on there? They already had sort of 3,000 hours in the game, which I thought was amazing. I mean, it's not... for me, it's not been out long enough to have had that much playtime in it. Nope, missed. Yeah. Right, is that enough, or do you need a blue? Oh, I can't tell, because the organics are too slow. Yeah, that'll be our weak point for a while, I think. So, they've got Casimirs coming through, trickling through, which means we've got everything to make greens? Or am I getting confused? Because quantum chips... Oh no, of course I'm not making the... Well, I am making lenses, but again, it's just literally so that I could make warpers and go exploring. So they're up here. In just this random machine. So in order to get some greens on the go, I could just, put them in there maybe. Just spaghetti the belt across just to get greens flowing. And then we can work on an actual lens build. Yeah, let's do that. I say let's literally just pop them in there, just put it right down on 100. And then spaghetti across a bit of a belt. I mean, we'll also find all the weaknesses in my power system as well. Doing this. Actually, let's take it up a level. Across there. Across there. Down there. No? Right there. Effective eye. Yeah. Much under 400, about the same as Factoria. Okay, cool. A bit of a... Yeah, I mean, Factoria is my favourite game of all time, and I've got 3,000 hours in that, which I don't say is necessarily a proud thing, but I say there was quite a long period where it was basically the only game I was playing, and I was playing it fairly obsessively. Yeah, so the titanium crystals is the weak point. We know that one, and we can fix that at some point. Yeah, you see. Not even tricking across. Especially now that the science is running. Because we don't have very many organic crystals. Well, it wouldn't be too difficult to just add a few more labs on there, would it? Because that's nowhere near using all of that. Let's go and stick a few more labs over there then. Oh! You produced your first gravity matrix, 344702. It's one of the 5 source codes that maintain the operation of the center brain. And the discovery of the gravity matrix ended hundreds of years of debate between quantum field theory and general relativity. Finally, they've reached scientific unity. Ooh. Are you making warpers? You are. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I mean that'll grind to a halt as well because we're not so literally just trickling them in. Right, let's go and see about more labs. No gas giant collectors, only 2 at the moment. I set up. Where is it? Hang on. I've set up a thing where I want that. In fact, it's here. Look, it's probably the next thing on the list, to be honest with you. But so I've got literally 2 on the go. But this is where I want to make them, but I hadn't quite got that far yet. You see, we're making the basic one, so I want that to be. Guess I just literally handmade 2, I think it was. But it's because I'm not making the batteries. There's loads of stuff I'm not actually making yet, which I should do. So I'm not making the batteries, as I call them, accumulators. So in fact, I hadn't actually. I think I researched it and then literally handmade a couple. Right. So where's these chemical labs? Right. So just make a bit of space here. I'll pop that in there. Can I do one more? Yeah. Okay. So power there. Okay. So what's the sort of maximum I can get in? If I put a bit of landfill. Where have they gone? Quite like the labs as well, especially the other labs because of the number of inputs they have. They're like 4 on each side, which just makes it so much easier. Fit everything in. Gonna have to kind of improv this around because they're likely to be. Oh no, yeah, alignment's the same. So if we put organic crystals there, and then have them come around the back, maybe. Too much stuff in the way. Let's just spaghetti around. That. I'll put there. Obviously, what I really need to do is go and find go and mine out a organic crystal vein. Are you running? You're running, okay. Fracking love when I get info fire ice coming in. Yeah. So this is my one, because I was doing the one, you know, thing for the thing. I quite like the old, the fact that some systems have, you know, 2 gas giants, and one will be fire ice and one will be deuterium. Is that backing up? It's backing up. I didn't. Ah, I know. Okay. In fact, I could do it remotely, couldn't I? So if we just land again. So we need this. The green cubes. Demand them in. Will it let me set the... Oh, it doesn't, does it? Okay. Need to head over there anyway then. Okay. Well, it was obviously a very brief period of science running properly, as per usual for me. I mean, I don't think this is enough production, is it? But yeah, organic crystals is a little better, but still pretty ropey. Cool. Let's work on something else. Oh! Hello, Auntie Kay. How are you doing? Good afternoon to you as well. Hope you're well. Okay. So. We've. So that's making... So we've not got quantum chips yet? Or have we got quantum chips yet? We must have them. Yeah. Because we're using them in green. But the bit that's slow is the glass. Whatever he calls them, plane filters. And that's slow because it's not getting Casimirs. I don't need to proliferate on that side, do I? Because it's going into there and then coming out. So this is a waste. Because I'm then proliferating it there. Okay. I think that's right. Yeah. So we're making everything in theory, but say titanium crystals is really, you know, non-existent basically. And what's the other one? Okay, so let's try and make some more titanium crystals then. Any build that needs chem plants sucks, they are so slow. Yeah, so that is the other side of it. But isn't there a level 2 chem plant now? Or maybe there always was and I never quite got there. And you? Yes, I'm not too bad, yeah. I've been having a couple of days off. it's not properly because it was like recovering, overtime worked, but it's been good to not work. Things got quite intense, really. So we do that one, and we need organics and titanium, and it's a 3-to-1. Okay. Yeah, so it's been a bit sort of nice to just have a bit of time available. Clean me flat and stuff. So, if I'm making, I've got 8, then I would need 2 a second. And 2 a second would require 8 of those, which is then going to require 12 titanium. Okay. Been a while. Oh, okay, it was good to see you. Sometimes it's needed. Yeah. Mark 2 is a thing. Notes added, not part of release. Alright, cool. I don't know how much better they are. I just sort of assume it doubles, but yeah. They could do with, I guess it could do with like being a 1.25 to start with, because I like how that's 0.75 and then 1, and it goes up to 2 then, I think. And it could do with because there's only 2 levels, it could do with being a bit faster, I think, as you say. I think part of it actually is more to do with the recipes it makes. Everything chemical seems to take ages. Even plastic is a 3-second build. So I could probably tweak that more than anything else. But I suppose you do get, the organics that you can just mine. Okay. So let's have that going that way. What else am I bringing in here? So it's titanium and organics. So let's have the organic on the top there. And the titanium. Okay. And then a bit of an offset. This was what I was saying about having some standardised modular builds. I should really build them like that, I think, rather than full-on blueprints. Where it's like middle 2 out, middle 1 in sort of thing, rather than the full design, as it were. Right. Power piles. I've got power piles, haven't I? I've been playing around with the mod where you get higher Mark III chemical stuff and Mark IV smelters. Wow. I was like, oh snap. But even the mod recipe were like end game builds due to what you needed to build them. Okay. Yeah, I suppose that's quite a compromise, isn't it? If it's what actually building it? It's the titanium crystals. Yeah, if it's like quite expensive to build them, I suppose it's not too game breaking. I can't remember who it was. Apparently there's a multiplayer mod. No, there's a multiplayer mod, but there's also a combat mod. They might be the same, but that sounded quite interesting. But I tend to leave mods until version 1 because I quite like to see what the whatever it's called, dark fog, dark swarm, dark beasties, whatever they're called, what the actual devs are planning. Didn't I decide I needed, because this is like 3 titanium per craft, isn't it? Yeah, so this needs to be, well, it would be if I had We're out of green engines. Where are green engines? There are green engines. Give me green... Oh, that's probably a bit too many. Okay. Multiplier mod. There is a multiplier mod. Okay. Combat mode is like tower defense in DSP. Yeah. Dark fog is going to be great. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it now. I don't know if you saw the dev log, where they had the. I didn't fully do this, did I? No. It's a bit random which bits it selects. I guess it's doing nearest neighbour basically, but it just feels a bit like it randomly picks which part to upgrade and which not. I mean, it looks great, but it always looked great with DSP. It's whether it, how they've actually implemented the mechanics of it. I was also, as I was saying earlier, I was pleased to see that it kind of came with a sort of part of the. Does that need to be 2? It probably doesn't, does it? With a an update that they were going to work on performance as well. So if we put that at 600, then we would need, say, 900 of them. No, 1800 of them. And is that 1-to-1? It is, isn't it? So, whoops. Just clicked. 600 of them. Okay, so we've got the titanium coming in. And then if I just feed this directly across, then we don't need to proliferate this bit again. But yeah, it looked really cool. I mean, it sort of sounded like a... Oh! What was that? Oh, thank you for the follow, Monkey. Thank you. It's very much appreciated. Thank you kindly. What was I saying? Oh yes, it looked like a sort of a swarm type enemy in it as well, which I don't know if the mod was kind of based on an assumption that that's what it would be, but it looked like a sort of a crystal thing. There's a type of, I don't know if it's in science fiction, but there's a, oh, what do you call it? Is it a von Neumann engine? I can't remember what it's called. Where it's basically the it's in the culture novels a lot, but he didn't used to call it that. Banks used to call it a hegemonizing force, basically, where it's trying to convert everything into itself, as it were, or copies of itself. But it's the same sort of idea, where it's like, the I think it's called von Neumann, but it basically infinitely recreates itself and spreads by just, copying and copying and copying. It seemed to be almost that sort of idea, where it sort of occupies a planet and just builds more and more of itself and then spreads to another planet, which in a sense is what we are. I know people have those theories about, well, Factorio in particular, but also this, I guess, that you are a hegemonizing, a sort of a von Neumann. Is that what it's called? I can't remember what they call them. Yeah, well, you're basically just a machine that comes along and just converts, an entire solar system into, copies of yourself and then spreads from there. And it sounded like the dark fog was going to be a bit like that. Okay, so we need organic crystals, as you always do. So, if we're making them, recipes get a bit complicated. So plastic and oil. I mean, I know I'm putting oil in. Don't know if plastic is coming in though. Okay. Oops. So if this takes 4 seconds. We're trying to got 8, so we need 2 a second of them. Don't they take 3 seconds? 6 seconds. So we would need 12. No, I'm looking at the wrong one. No, it's still 6 seconds. So we need 12 chemical labs, okay. If you insist. I can't see them. There they are. So. So if that be that one. Two plastic. So we need like 4 plastic a second. Don't think I'm producing 4 plastic a second. Okay. So if I put the water in maybe this time, so I don't have to do too much weirdness. But yeah, we'll have plastic there, and oil there, and then water there. Because I can use this water here. So this one, I don't need to offset them. Cool. I don't think we're getting it for a while though. I don't think Dark Fog is coming for any time soon. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the end of the year. What am I looking for? Organic crystals. Okay. I suspect those of us in the building and management sim communities may have quite a lot of games to play. If I do output there, input there, at the end of this year, because I suspect the Factorio expansion is coming at the end of this year. Why are you trying to filter to that? That's a bit weird. And I anticipate, I say, the Dark Fog being end of the year. Oh, I've not set the recipe, that's why. And I don't know if we're going to get Satisfactory update 9 maybe by the end of the year. I'm a bit lost what else they're going to add to Satisfactory. I've got to say, for me it's just, you know, give us level 2 machines basically. That's all they really need to add to it. Stick the story in. I'm personally interested in the story. I know a lot of the community isn't particularly, but I'd quite like to see what the story is. Well, it's kind of done to me. I don't really need any more mechanics in it, I don't think. So if we go alternates, should be powered. But yeah, you know, hopefully, or maybe. Level 4. Level 4. Update 9. End of the year might be it for Satisfactory. That might be fun. I know they said they were trying to get it finished, but they seem to be doing an awful lot of updates for a set of people who said they were trying to get it finished. Because I'm sure they'll sneak some other stuff in for 8. It won't just be the engine change. I'm sure they'll There'll be an extra mechanic or two, or a new machine, or something like that. Right, so am I just going to steal this water over it? No, let's build some more. Where are you? There you are. I need motors. Okay, I don't think motors are in. There we go. Couple hundred of them, aren't there? What I got there? Lost them. 6, no, 5. There we go. Cool. See if I can straighten this out a bit. Hopefully they'll all fit on there. Need liquid source, okay. Cool. Boop. If I do that to there. Pop that in there. Nice. How are we doing on power? Not too bad, okay. So let's demand that in, demand that in. Let's just put the water on storage, I guess. Pots in. So that's probably every single bit of plastic that we've got coming in there. Don't think I'm really producing much of it, but there you go. Okay. There should be plenty of oil, that shouldn't be a problem. Cool. And then we'll just do the old belt thing. Minimise the number of drones. Because it's getting proliferated here. Okay. Let's let that chug through a little bit. That one doesn't appear to have any inserters. I guess because I didn't copy and paste it properly. Ray receiver. Good old Raymond receiver. I didn't think I'd set that research going, but there you go. Good old Raymond receiver. So we've got that one as well. That's your advanced thingies. So there's the level 2 mine smelter. Oh, there we go. Quantum chemical plant. So it's only 2 times as fast. Because isn't this one 2 times as well? Okay. And then this one is 84 per minute. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, I was going to stick up some extra upgrades, wasn't I? Do we want to do core first or engine first? And that's 3,000. Wow. Let's do core first then. 1,000. Wow, 3,000. Hmm. Let's do some of the text instead then. So if we get these ready, hopefully we'll be able to find the weird resources you need to make them. Yeah, then we're on to the final home stretch then. I just need to do massive volumes of everything. The 2x crafting speed is helpful because you can proliferate to get even more out of them. Yeah, I do wonder, is there sort of a received wisdom now for... Because something like this, as you say, the recipe's so slow and they're so rubbish. I don't know that speed isn't better than extra products. I mean, extra products in a sense is speed. It's like, if you think about it, it's weird. But, you know, I'm making them out of stuff that's like, you know, oil is infinite, so, and water is infinite, and plastic is made from oil, so it's infinite because the carbon is infinite as well. So extra products isn't really that beneficial necessarily. So possibly makes more sense to speed these rather than prod them. So we're getting organic crystals now at a relatively good clip, but hydrogen is just ground to a halt. So what we should really go and do is mine the gas giant, I think, because we've got some graphite. Why are you not producing? Because you're not getting plane filters. Because Casimir is rubbish. Because hydrogen is lacking. Okay. I've kind of got all sorts of places where I'm trying to do infinite hydrogen. Because this is where we're bringing in the fire ice. Why are you not doing anything? Oh, because the hydrogen is filled up. So if I instead make that a supply, then they'll take it over there, won't they? It was demand, because this is where I'm making deuterium. I'm guessing that's all full now. Yeah. In fact, why are you not bringing me... Oh, I guess it's not in the system, is it? Oil used to be infinite. I was sad when Des made that change. I didn't know it wasn't infinite. It runs out now, does it then? I thought it went down to a floor level. I thought it went down, you know, to like 0.1 per second. I didn't know it had completely run out. So how do you then... Huh. I suppose the idea is when you're doing the end game, you would just be infinitely doing the old vein utilization, would you? Because it always seemed to me that, because coal in particular for proliferation is just like a limiting factor to how much you can do. What was I going to do? I was going to stick a top hat on a thing. Because I didn't know you could do this. Someone was telling me about this. Where you put a storage. If I can see it. Put storage on a thingy. And then you put a
top hat on there. Have I even got drones? So we put, say, 5 drones in because it's just supplying me. And it needs power. Yeah, I had no idea you could do that. It's hidden in the patch notes. Provide and collect. I guess we could put that on as well. Cool. Yes, it does go down to 0.1, yes. But if that's your source of oil, then yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not saying it's that's not a good thing. It's just to say it, a fundamental level. Oil is infinite rubbish, but infinite necessarily. But if you mine every single oil patch, in your entire cluster, excuse me, then you'd probably just be able to sort of keep it chugging along. Whereas mine, because doesn't, I think they did. Does this affect? Because that doesn't affect oil? Was that right? I can't remember. So you could keep, solid resources, as it were, going infinitely through that. But yeah, you would hit a sort of bottom, a minimum for oil, I guess. So is everything kind of running? Kinda. So I'm curious as to how much plastic. Yeah, basically none. So that's my next limiting factor. Wow, we've got organic crystals like stacked up. Blimey. Okay, so I've made lots of warpers. So we have the option to go intergalactic with production. So that's our next goal, next stream. But I think what I need to do here, really, is finish off the old interplanet, what they're called, gas mining thingies. I think Vein Tech works or not. It does it? Okay. So, we're making blue engines, we're making the thrusters. What we're not making is the whole batteries, which we kind of need to get, being produced anyway. Because I am making crystals. Blue engines are just going to get eaten to death, aren't they? Okay. So probably need to make that separately anyway. I've got that one energy exchanger. Okay. So I plot this down. I don't know if this is actually where I want to make it, but what I could do is just have. That makes sense. Because I just want to make some, because it's the classic thing where you don't need millions of them. You just need a few. So we just literally have the one machine. Making these. And we can give it, so we need
blue engines and charge dubris. So we need these. And we need... So I think I'm going to set up a production area for the batteries. That's like the proper job. So we need them and literally, I don't know, 100 of each or something. So we can have those two coming out of there. Engines. And the charge batteries. And then if they'll come out... Nope, too close. Okay. Like that. And then I can just feed it back in there. It's got these on here because I need them to be, at the moment I'm just putting them into this local one. So we need a, let's put that, say 1,000 and 200. And then I can just belt them over, basically. So they are available to order up. Boop, boop, boop. So we need to bring them in. We'll go and build that. That's a supply, that's a supply. I didn't actually have drones in any of these, did I? So that's a supply, that's fine. So that wants to be... So they're available. Blue engines, okay. It's going to be interesting working with the, say, the local logistics thing, because one of the things I did in my other playthrough, or my last playthrough, was use the, you know, the planetary and interplanetaries to build all the machines and make them available for transport around, and it was horrible. Basically, it was like the worst spaghetti ever. And I think it's going to be quite a good solution, because obviously you can stick them back into the interplanetary so you can, you know, order them up remotely, but the ability to just have drones, basically Factorio style, you know, sort everything out for you, like I was experimenting with over here. In fact, I could tear that all up, couldn't I? Don't need that bit of it. But yeah, getting them to do that seems a much more sensible way of doing things. Oh, thrusters, that's what's missing. Thrusters, which are in here. So if I move that over, get rid of that one. Would that come across there? So those are thrusters. I've managed to position that perfectly badly. Brilliant. Okay. Let's what? Maybe. Okay. Let's put the power thing back on the other side. Do it that way. But yeah, I think that might be quite a fun one to do sort of blueprints for. The builds. There we go. Thrusters. Cool. Okay. Right, let's build somewhere. Let's build batteries somewhere. Where? Be useful to have them close. Maybe along this bit here. Right, I just got on batteries. I'm going to go and try Satisfactory. Well, good luck. You get on with it okay. Again, thanks again for the follow. It's very much appreciated. So, the 5 seconds. So you need 20. So I guess if we maybe try and make 10, or have enough machines for 10. Yeah, that'll do. But we got 4 items, so I don't think you get. I can get free ones. Okay, so it might be worth proliferating as well. Then. Okay, so if we just sort of plop in something here, or there maybe. To give me room for belts. Because how am I going to do that then? Because I want both of those ideally, but it's got 3 ingredients. That's annoying. And I'm going to have to control it, aren't I? It always gets annoying. Yeah, I seem to remember it. You have to have 2, or I've usually had 2, so that you can sort of have them kind of flow back and forth. So I might as well plan for that. I think I need to move it down then. Give me a bit more working room. So if we take that one out, and then one there, and then the next one there. Okay. And then we want iron, we want blue battery, blue engines, and the crystals, which are where? There. Maybe instead we have the proliferation coming in that way, and then this has got there, or maybe both of them are in this one, and I can just manage it. In which case, that could be a local one, couldn't it? No, because I need the charging as well. Trying to overthink. Well, I am overthinking it. Because this is for basically providing to the other one. Yeah, okay. I'll work it through. Crystals. Blue engines. Okay. And then, oh, nearly out of belt. Okay. Okay. Let's make a few more of them. Can't make any more of them. without them. Okay. Now we're out of steel, silicon by the looks of things. Eight. So if I make 2 more, so we've got 10, and we want lots of elm. As per. Get some inserters. Cool. Now, how do I make? Because we want a couple of them. In fact, we want loads of them, but let's just make a couple. Oh, it's 5:30, crikey. Power that. So those would be being fed in. I think that needs to be a bit higher. And that needs to be some multiple of 3. Demand. Okay, so that's ready to go. If I can stop being a biff and actually do the business. So bring those in. Now they need 6, 1, 6. So we need 6, 1, 6, but not really, because that's more like 3. So if we do 3, 12, 12, storage. So these would be the ones bringing in the raw material to make the batteries. And we want that coming in. We want drones in. Not sure if we need them or not. Okay. So, bit of working room, especially with this one, because I think I'll have to do something complicated with splitters, but we'll have to get to that point first. So, oh, I should put the one of them's heavier, isn't it? So the okay. Engines is the lightest one. So if we have the engines there, that one there. I think I said 5 of these, didn't I? Because it take 5 seconds, yeah. If we do 6, we need to offset it. Power on. Oh, it's not connected, okay. Okay. And then these come down the outside. I did that without proliferating them, didn't I? Idiot. Oh, bum. Okay, never mind. So yeah, if we put this a bit further up in case I have to do some splitter shenanigans. So I can't remember whether I do or not. Okay. So I have blue juice coming out of there. Through. Oh, that's dumb. Because guess I'm doing that, aren't I? There we go. Okay. Inserters there. So that gives me 1, 2, 3. Wash. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I put them the wrong way around, haven't I? Have I? Can you reverse these? No. Oh well. So output, output, output. Output, output, output. I don't like the fact that it's gone all stayed all yellow. Yeah. Blown the power supply, okay. Why not run? How many fusions can I make? This could do with being better organised. It's all a bit random, and I know it's it's power on the top, but and I guess that's meant to be logistics, but they're logistics as well, and that's production, but they're all production as well. It's not really very well organised. So we want more blue magnety things. So grab some of them, and we want CPUs, which are over here. Yes, but I've not got any. Let's just steal all of them. Let's try not to hit the wrong button. Let's build, say, 4 more of them. So, is it making batteries? Yes. They're not going anywhere though. Why are they not going anywhere? Because it's the charge one that it needs. Okay. Now, I'm just going to stick this in. But what I would usually do is have them moving around between planets, because it's quite a good way of sort of balancing your power systems. But we'll just do this for the time being. I'll put some drones in just because. Do I want it to have warpers? Yeah, let's preemptively put that on then. But yeah, we need a power exchangey system. And there are ways of doing this, but I can never remember how you do them. Because, well, let's do that. So is this giving freebies? It is. Okay. Why have you only got 2? Oh, it needs upgrading. Okay. That better? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so that's better. That one's now not getting iron because that's too slow. You haven't even got any inserters. Are we running out of stuff? 6. Cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Six and 6. Cool. Okay, so we're making the batteries. I made 2 of these, didn't I? Yeah. Because don't you feed it in directly with belts into this? I can't remember. Let's just plop it down and see how the heck it works. So if I just pop one there, so I can't remember whether do you insert directly into it? No, it has to be belt going in, doesn't it? But we can use belt but offset it. So if we do put it back a bit, and then we use a splitter. Yeah, that's it. It didn't need to be that far back, did it? But that's fine. Like that. And then, oops, doesn't it output? I think they pass through, don't they? But if we just do it around the back. How far up did I do that? 1, 2, 1, 2. Come on. And they want to be on charge, like we can support that. And I can't. Does proliferation do anything? I don't think it does it? Spray proof, it will speed up the production, so it will charge quicker. I don't think I'm that fussed at this stage about that. But yeah, so I've just put say 5. Well, so let's put 600 of each, just for the sake of it, to have some. But yeah, you end up having to do quite complicated moving it in and moving it out things. Okay. From memory anyway. Or maybe that's just my lack of competence in it. Just put that there. What are you charging if you haven't got any thingies? But yeah, I will put this coming out the back, around the back, feeding in. Because yeah, basically we want, well, we might actually be pulling in charged batteries here eventually. Because hopefully we can get that lava planet up and running. But basically have them pulling in charged and then sending out discharged. But yeah, I mean they'll be pretty slow, but we only want a handful so that it can make... In fact, that's very slow, isn't it? But then is that more because I just don't have any power? Consumption demand... Okay, so we've gone back below our capacity. I did make these extra fusion jobs, didn't I? So we might as well get them on again. Ow. Don't like that. Don't like that. We're doing 545, okay. If users feel more energy can be produced, so yeah, I should be proliferating them as well. But I think we'll be okay. Charge is currently, yeah, supported. Okay. How are we doing? That's not where we're going. Oh. Where's home? There. No. No. Round here. Here we go. So yeah, they are very slow, aren't they? So I could maybe add 2 more in. But we need more chips, more titanium alloy. So this is where you get into that bit of the game, or start to get into that bit of the game where you're constantly chasing bottlenecks. What am I after? Microchips and what should we call it? Steel. They're not making any. Where are you? Yeah, you've got some, so I'll grab some of that. And why? We'll have to go and investigate why that's so slow. But, I mean, the machines need boosting anyway. But oh wow, we've got a heck of a lot of them there. As per usual, inventory full of rubbish. And more, so I need regular steel. Regular steel. And fancy steel. I think I set these a bit high, haven't I? Another one. Okay. Right, so let's go and add a second one to them. I don't remember which flipping direction I need to go. Say, pins. I want pins in the map. No. This way. I'll have to look, see why that's not really working. Okay. Second one. So, should just be able to copy and paste. If it'll let me put them that close. Collide with our object, is that? Yeah, they're too close. Okay, of course they are. Of course they are. So it won't let me put them there. Will it let me put them there? No. There? Yep. Oh, it's not connected. Okay. Have we made any interplanetary, interstellars, interplanetaries? 3! 3! Wow. Awesome. So we'll chug away on them. But let's go and have a look at that green cube situation. Because this is clearly rubbish. Well, oh, it's the lenses. Okay. I mean, that's not doing too great because processors is pretty rubbish as well. Right, so processors should be over here somewhere. Why was this so slow and rubbish? Just because it's slow and rubbish. Okay. This could do with proliferating, because it's a higher cost item. That might be tricky because of how I've done it. I don't think I can do that, can I? Because this is all, it's not quite a direct feed, but it's not far off. Okay, other thing we can do is boost up the machines. I can only make 4 of them though. I don't suppose there's any graphite knocking about, is there? I know there's some in there. Ah. So much rubbish in my inventory. Okay, let's get rid of some landfill, as that didn't prove quite as heavy a requirement as I thought. And then make some more of these. Get them out of graphite. Graphene, or whatever the heck it wants to call it. I don't need 1300. 400, say? Now we're out of chips. Well, bunch of them. So yes, we need to go and exploit the system we identified. We're now making warpers at an okay sort of volume. We might also need to upgrade the inserters. We shall see. Is that going to go red? Because it needs 2 and 2. Should be okay because this is like doubled up on both sides. But yes, we can go and exploit the planet, the other planetary system, rather. Next stream. Don't suppose I've researched blue. Where do they come? Are they up here somewhere? Yeah, there they are. So I should add that on as well, hadn't I? Because that's all of the buffs to machines. And we're then into proper end-game tech. Cool. Ah, what have you run out of? Ah, it's just the greens. So if I get, I mean, I should have time now because I've literally got one day on Monday when which I'm going to London for a visit thing. I'm not really working on Monday. But then I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is the WASD. So I won't be doing any Dyson Sphere then, but you know, Tuesday, Wednesday I could have a session or two. Because what I'm thinking is I could do with off-planeting this, for example. It's quite a good one to do because, you know, the copper, silicon and chips that you need are all easily manufactured off-planet. And you end up needing quite a high volume of them. So it's quite a good one to do. It's really the oil ones that are trickier to off-planet. I can get rid of that because I decided against it. And I can also do a proliferated recipe. Or build, rather. And there's another one. That's not too bad, because especially when we get a sulfuric acid planet up and going, that's a pretty good one to off-planet. But yeah, I tend to usually build the sort of, you know, things like the organics. Although I suppose that one we could mine a organic crystal vein. Wow, look, plastic has stopped. Why has plastic stopped? Because there's no carbon. Why is there no carbon? Why is there no carbon? I mean, I could get rid of all that and stick it in a... or have it go in there. Because each one of those is less, one of those rows is less than the fusions. In fact, let's go and do that. So I could just make another fusion instead. Am I going to get inventory exploded? Might well do. Yeah. So yeah, all of that should now go in there. Okay. How many of these have we made now? 7? Wow. And is it just the... oh no, the batteries are okay. What are you lacking? I guess the blue engines and stuff, because they're quite low request numbers. Also, I bet I'm now basically just eating all of those. But the engines are another great one to offshore, because they're all... you know, that's all just copper and iron, more copper and iron, requires carbon, but relatively easy one to move around, so they're quite a good sequence to off-planet. And also it's quite good ratios, because you just build, you know, like you build 2 of them and then you build like 5 of them and you build like 8 of them or something. And in fact I might well have those as blueprints. Yeah. I'll say you can just build like the number that you need plus an extra one. It's just like a pyramid, you know. Okay, so that's some carbon. But what was I going to do? I was going to look at this. Yeah, they're very slow. So it might be worth proliferating it just to speed it up, really. But yeah, so the basic point was that if I do get a chance to play, or I do decide to play, I will just offshore more, off-planet more stuff. You know, like we've got all of this here. I could probably rip it up mostly now, but it feels like I could you know, do some lots more builds like this, basically, because we've got, you know, if we get these coming in from off planet, and that's chips, of course, then we can kind of swap all this out to be the actual production of the actual things, and I could make, oh, did it again. I could make a lot more of the buildings, because we've now mostly unlocked everything. And I could kind of switch this up for instead of a bus, as it were. Well, that's more like a manifold, really, but I'll just switch it all out for this, because we can get rid of this for definite now. Yeah, I think it'll explode my inventory, but yeah, that's the other thing I'll do. I'll tidy up my inventory. Got a lot of stuff in boxes. Cool. Oh, I got 3 more. Huh, how many did I make then? Okay. But yeah, I don't really need this production. But yeah, we could maybe work on that instead next time. I don't know. Cool. Anyway, that will be it for today. I think I did forget to sort of... Oh, look at the green screen. Right, yes, so there will be no streams next weekend or the weekend after. Next weekend I am going to an event called WASD, which is a games convention. If I do anything in relation to that, it will be tweet, where I will do my usual kind of tweet roundup of the games I've played and liked. I do usually play more than a few games that I don't like, so I don't tend to tweet because it seems unfair to the developers. I doubt very much I'll do any like a video or a blog or anything from there, because it's just not me doing that sort of thing. But the week. Oh, why does that say? What if I don't? Huh. Why is that not updated? Why are you referring to that image? That's bonkers. So I updated this. I don't find Streamlabs to be all that good. So if I get the schedule, because without OBS proper, there we go, it would just update that, because it's just a reference in OBS proper, but in Streamlabs it creates like this stupid copy of it, which is just silly. Yes, so no stream next week because I'm going to WAS. No streams the week after. Certainly not the usual streams because it'll be Easter. I may stream something because that'll be when the... Will it? I want to play Anno 1800. The creative mode. And try and do my version of, well, try and do some beauty building. That should release, I believe, on either the 3rd or the 6th of April. I can't remember. But basically that's therefore before the Easter weekend. That's probably what they've timed it for. So if I do any stream, it'll be a special Anno 1800 messing about with creative mode stream. So it won't be a normal stream. The weekend after that, I should be back to normal, but perhaps only for like a week or 2 maybe, and then I'm off on holiday because it's my birthday, and I won't be streaming then. So yes, basically next 2 weekends no streams. When I do return, it will be for the normal schedule. It will be like mid-April, and the timing will be as per this. So we're now in British summertime in the UK. So we will be streaming according to that schedule rather than GMT. I'm not sure that the UK isn't one of the last to change, because I know quite a lot of America has already changed it over. So I think this brings us back into timeline with everybody else. If you want, the other thing to say is if you wanted to catch up on this series or any of the previous series that I've done, there's loads of Factorio series. There's my Satisfactory one where I got increasingly annoyed with the game and how inefficient and horrible it was. And several series of Dyson Sphere Program, a First Impressions, and a one where I actually built a Dyson Sphere. So they're all VODs on my YouTube channel there. So yeah, so if you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Dyson Sphere Program. Thanks for watching. Cheers.